Yay! I see you all like the right side of the room. It's very empty over here to the left. Makes us feel a little lonely over here. Ah, my left. Well, oh look, he came to us. It's another week of Toastmasters. Another week here at FIU. Another week of summer classes. Another week of frantically looking as to how to pay these summer classes. Ah, yes, money, money. People at FIU, individuals, are always speaking about how much it costs to attend FIU. Man, they're charging me for parking and I can't even find a spot. They're charging me an athletic fee and I don't even go to the gym. They're charging me $100 just to use my computer for an online class? Look at it. Look at it. The struggle. We can't seem to stop talking about how much it costs to go to FIU. But recently, I read an article that made me look at it in a different perspective. You see, this article stated that the return on investment of Ivy League school is actually lower than some no-name colleges. We're talking about Harvard. We're talking about Yale. We're talking about the top schools. Why do they have lower return on investment than some no-name lower state schools? Well, your return on investment may be impacted if your tuition's around $60,000 a year. $60,000. That's the starting salary for a CPA. So you're telling me if I wanted to go to Harvard, I'd have to work 4 years in a row and give every single penny just to pay off my bachelor's? Think about that. For 1 year just to go to Harvard or Yale, you could use that same money to finish your bachelor's here at FIU. FIU, the tuition's only $15,000 a year. But my God, no, they're charging me too much for parking. So we're always discussing, because I don't want to say the word complaining, we're always discussing how much it costs to go to FIU. And we're on the cheaper side. So that must mean the quality of education that we're getting is not that great, right? I mean, if Harvard's $60,000 and we're $15,000, what does that say? Are we going to Hialeah getting any person to don't teach us in the classroom? Well, no, not necessarily. You see, my cost accounting professor brought up a great point last week in class. There's two types of people, and we're generalizing here, two types of people. There's the Android people, and there's the iPhone people. The Android people are happy paying $200 or $300 for a phone. The iPhone people, no. I need to pay $600 for a phone. I need to be sophisticated with my phone. By the way, you can see the bias here. I'm a Galaxy guy. Don't What's the same price? It's half off. But that's an argument for another day. But these iPhones and Galaxies are made of almost the same components. You see, Apple doesn't make their phones. They just buy the pieces and put them together. Same thing for Android. They go to other manufacturing companies, they get the components of the phone, and they put it together, and then what they do is put it in a nice little case and call it Apple. And that's where the extra $300 comes from. What you're buying into is a brand, not necessarily something better. Yes, Android is very diversified. You have some really cheap phones that, of course, Apple trumps over. But then Android also has really good phones that are on par, or sometimes even better, depending on when the phones come out. But no, when it's Apple, it has to be more. It has to be more expensive because of the brand. The same applies to the college world. It's Harvard, of course. It's like one of the oldest institutions in the world. In America, you have to pay more to go to Harvard. It is the best, so you're going to pay the best, right? At FIU, it started off as an airport. What the hell am I doing paying $60,000 for FIU? No, I'm only going to pay $15,000. But look at the graphics. There are several FIU students that have successful careers right now. They're making a nice paycheck. You know, that return on investment that we talked about, they pay $15,000 and making a good 60, 80, maybe $100,000 a year. Double return. Then you look at the other side of the spectrum. There are some students from Harvard, Yale, that during the recession, unemployed. Paid $60,000 a year and they're making $0 a year. So it's all about a brand. That piece of paper that you get when you graduate, it doesn't matter what name is on it. FIU, FAU, UCF, not FSU, I don't like FSU. It doesn't matter what name is on that paper. Because at the end of the day, the value is not that piece of paper that they give you after 4 years. It's what you do with that piece of paper. It's the career opportunities that you seek out, the opportunities that you create for yourself that matters. So when people ask me, what are you doing in 5 or 10 years? Think about that. Not so much where I went because of my piece of paper. Thank you.